Okay, so hi guys. So we're I Apply by Canada. My name is Robin. These are my colleagues Aman and Taman. So we're like the expert advisors here, which means that we're here to answer all kinds of different concerns you may have related to what the current situation is, how is the pandemic affecting college applications so far, our intakes for like Jan open right now. What's the kind of capacity that we're seeing? Like how many applications do we have coming in? So essentially we're here to answer most of your concerns. And to start it off, like I know that we've compiled a list of some major questions that people have been seeing, and I think that the first one is that would the January 2021 intake be online as well? Now this is a very important question because what happened, like a few months back when the pandemic kicked in, we had a lot of people who were going to go for May, and then people in May deferred their applications or deferred their enrollments into the September intake, which again, like the May intake started off online, so like students had the option to either join online or actually get their deferment done. The same is for September, and like perhaps like Aman, you want to like discuss how is the January 2021 intake program? Like, can we expect to see online classes, or can we expect flights to entirely resume and students to go and take classes in person?
So what's happening currently is that we're expecting the flights to open by August 15th. Everyone must be just checking the news these days, and आप सब देख रहे हो कि न्यूज़ में क्या आ रहा है कि August 15th को कि around Independence Day flights will be resumed for Canada. So let's not get this confused with students will be allowed to go कि उनको allow करेंगे वहाँ जाने को Canada directly. So इसमें सितंबर को भी हम सबको पता है कि we all know that people will not be allowed unless it is necessary for all the students to go to Canada. And we should not get ahead of ourselves and let's think that January के लिए open होगा, right?
Yeah. So like again, like it's obviously it's in the best, like it's a very positive mindset to have is कि January में खुलेगा because Canada has really gotten the pandemic situation in control. Again, like through air bubbles, flights have started again. And the Canadian government is now saying that they will most likely, they might even start accepting students into the September 2021 intake. So given the positivity around it, I think it's only reasonable to assume that by Jan 2021, most students will be able to go and attend classes in person. Okay, another major question we get is when is the right time to be applying for the January 2021 intake?
So basically, the right time, if we say about January, is right now only. As you all know, because of the COVID situation, students are getting to online classes. They are getting deferment to the other intakes, the coming intakes January and coming May. So we have limited seats available for January, and plus January के लिए like it's open like एक डेढ़ महीने पहले ही open हो चुका है January, and most of the colleges are closed for January. So if you want to apply, this is the right time to apply. And if the students who haven't given the IELTS yet, they can apply for the conditional offer letters to reserve their seats, and then they can just like simultaneously they can give their IELTS to take the admission for this particular program.
Yeah. So guys, we can't stress on this enough. The reality is that I know a lot of like most people are making applications for the first time. You guys have probably just finished your grade 12 or you just finished your undergrad, your latest degree, whatever it is. And you think that okay, starting now January is a long time away. Like we still have like 5-6 months to go before Jan comes in. But understand this: every student out there has been extremely proactive during this quarantine session. Like in fact, you guys will be surprised in the number of total student inquiries we've gotten ever since the lockdown started. So people are planning their education in advance, and this time people are applying for intakes well in advance than previous times. So what we suggest is that अगर आप लोग देख रहे हो Jan 2021 में जाने के लिए, yesterday was the best time to apply, followed by yesterday right now. And that's why don't make any delays, don't let this procedure go on longer. Go ahead and start making your applications today.
So we have a question from Kamlesh_1510. 8 years gaps and PT score allow in Canada student visa. So yes,
So yes, PT is acceptable, right? All around Canada, PT is acceptable. But what I will tell you, the minimum score, try and get a 53, right? A minimum score. If you have a 53 and you have a good overall score in your grade 12th or your bachelor's, whatever degree you have, qualification, just note down our website's name and also our toll-free number and just give us a call, right? So just write, if anyone does have a paper or pen, make sure just to write it down, and we'll also mention the link as well on the website, on our page. So it's 1-800-890-1775. I'll say it again, 1-800-890-1775. So Kamlesh, yes, you can apply as I said before. So just send a query, register करो हमारी website पे, and once you're done that, anyone from our team will give you a call and we'll start the process after that.
Do we have any more questions before we move on to the list?
We have one question by Magdalene. I already did my masters in India, but I want to do MS specialization course in Canada. Is it possible? Yeah, it is possible, but again, it totally depends upon your profile, like what you have done and what is your percentage. So we have to go through with your profile first, and then we can tell you. So for that, you can call us. We have mentioned our toll-free number, and we can give you a brief idea about the courses and the admission requirements and everything.
And also, sorry to cut you off. And also, जो भी आप whatever questions you all are putting, आप कोई भी question जो डाल रहे हो, make sure to mention your profile and IELTS so that हमें अभी पता लग जाए कि हम आपको ना अच्छे से अभी गाइड करते हैं. Rest will follow online जब आप हमें कॉल करोगे या साइन अप करोगे वेबसाइट पे.
Okay, so guys, let's do a quick, I think they call it the rapid fire round when you're watching television or something like that. But some of the popular questions in terms of about the English language proficiency test. So IELTS, PT, guys. Popular questions are we're seeing a lot with respect to Duolingo as well. So we want to cover that too. But the first one is, what is the minimum IELTS score required for pursuing an undergraduate degree in Canada?
Right. So minimum IELTS score is a good question. Everyone asks this these days. So the thing is, we'll categorize it into undergraduate and the graduate program. So after 12th or after your bachelor's degree, right? So if you're going after 12th grade, the minimum overall score required will be an overall of 6 bands with individual of 5 each as well. We can try and do that as well. And for a postgraduate program, a minimum of 6.5, and what we can accept is an individual band of 5.5, right?
Second question, what is the minimum, I think it ties very closely to what we just discussed, but still, it's on the list. What's the minimum IELTS score required for a postgraduate degree?
Again, it totally depends upon the profile, but yes, it is right now, it is 6.5, not less than 6. We have few colleges who are taking 6 each also. So it totally depends. Like if a student want to go for a particular program for e-learning, for the post-grad diplomas, so we have 7, not less than 6.5 requirements. So it totally depends for which program you want to go and what is your choice of the program. Yes. And we have some questions right now. Can we start with the questions?
Well, you guys are ruining my rapid fire, but okay.
So it's Nani Nitish. How much GPA we should get to get scholarship in MS? So see, for postgraduate thing like for MS or for masters or postgrad diplomas, there are only few universities who are providing scholarship. Mostly the scholarship criteria is for the 12th undergraduate students. So yes, if you want to confirm, it totally depends again where you want to go and what is your course choice. So we'll tell you. You can directly call us on our toll-free number. We will answer your query. So then there is a question from Deepak_bullet3788. Is it right to apply for Canada PR? So see, we are right now talking about study visa. Yes, we also do deal with PR as well. You can just give us a call and we can just provide you the details for the PR person. So yeah.
But if you want to go apply for the PR via the student visa, that's the best option, right? Because due to the pandemic, people are expecting that the CRS scores will be going down, but the recent draw is 478. That is the highest it has ever been, almost, right?
So guys, let's bring this back to my one of my favorite questions from the rapid fire round, which is, can we apply with a 5.5 bands IELTS score?
5.5 now, it totally depends. Like you have 5.5 overall, or you have 5.5 in one module.
I think overall is what we're discussing.
So 5.5 overall is not acceptable, right? You have to improve your score. In case, right, you want admission right now, as I have told you earlier that this is the right time to apply. You can also go for Duolingo exam exam that is for the admission criteria. If the student who haven't given the IELTS, so they can give the Duolingo, as Duolingo is like it is a 1 hour test, and it is also cheaper than IELTS. Also, it has fees of $49, and you get your result within 3 days. So you can take Duolingo because almost every college and university is accepting Duolingo right now in Canada. So yeah, if a student have 5.5 right now, they want to apply and they want to reserve their seat, they can give Duolingo.
Yeah. So I had another question, that, but like we discussed Duolingo here. Now, Duolingo is actually a new terminology for most people. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people out here are not familiar with what Duolingo is. How did it come about? What's the role that Duolingo has to play these days? Well, the good news is we didn't hear about it 3 months back either, so it's a new thing to us as well. But what is Duolingo? This is something you guys need to get a solid grasp on, simply because a lot of people have, like, not a lot of people, but all over India, people have not been able to take the IELTS exam because of the lockdown. Instead of that, the Canadian body of colleges came up with the Duolingo application, which is, guys, does somebody here want to discuss that in a little more depth and detail?
Yeah, so guys, what is Duolingo? It is just an online version of IELTS, not to be confused with exactly IELTS, nor is it a British Council test, nor is it an IDP test. What it is an individual body which is providing an online English test just to offer admissions, right, in all the colleges, almost all in colleges and universities across Canada.
Fun fact is, like a couple months back, Duolingo was just known as an application to like practice new languages. Like, for example, when I was like a little younger, I had like the Duolingo application to start learning French. Wasn't the most effective, but still kind of got the job done. The idea is that application now, maybe a lot of you guys have heard about it as well, that is being currently used to take the English test over Duolingo and actually use that test to start making applications to Canadian colleges and universities. So again, like, is this or is this not valid for visas as well? That is something we'll discuss later. But another question we have is, can we apply with a 6-band IELTS score overall?
Yes, we can apply with 6 overall, but again, you have 6 after graduation or you have 6 after your 12th, and what is your individual score, it depends upon that also. So 6 overall, it can be 6 not less than 5.5 with 2 also, or it can be 6 with not less than 5.5. So we have colleges who are taking 6 overall, not less than 6 for graduation and obviously 12th, and we have colleges who are taking 6 not less than 5.5 in one module for postgrad and for the 12 students also.
Okay.
So yes.
The minimum Duolingo score required to be making applications.
So it also now depends upon the course choice, but yes, if we talk about the minimum requirement, it should be 105 to 110, above 105 for your like undergrad students, and for graduate students it should be 115 or 110 above.
Yeah. Okay, and now the one question that we get at least 100 times on a daily basis. Does anybody want to guess what that question is?
Yes, applying without IELTS.
Yes, exactly, guys. Can we study without IELTS or Duolingo?
So guys, that's the most popular question. Everyone asks that question in fact, right? So what can be done in this situation is either drop a plan of going abroad, right?
Yeah.
But
That's not easy to do.
yeah,
We know that, yeah.
right? So you will not do that. So either give your IELTS, or we have several universities that will give you an offer letter on the basis of medium of instruction, right? So you can also use that letter to, and you can provide that to the immigration embassy. The Canadian embassy, and you can go without the IELTS as well,
Yeah.
right?
So good news for you guys. At least somebody here has managed to figure out how to get to Canada without IELTS. Okay. Do we have like some specific questions?
We have questions. So there is a guy, Wasim Ahmed. He is asking, one of my friend has done 12th in 2008. More than 11 years gap is acceptable without gap justification.
So that's a huge gap. First of all, right off the bat, what I'll tell you, it's a really difficult case, right? But I'll not say it won't be possible, right? So I mentioned our number, our toll-free number beforehand, right? And also our website, which is mentioned in our Instagram page. Go to that, sign up, give us a call so that I can discuss about this profile in detail with you, because it's a broad question.
So we have next question by Kubayb_Hassan. He's asking, intake for September 2021 starting from ? For MBBS Canada. So see, September 2021 courses right now. So yes, you can just call us and confirm for the courses you want, right? So
But that's good, the fact that
Yeah.
you've got a little head start, a year in advance.
So
Awesome.
it's for MBBS. So please next time if you're anyone's asking a question, make sure to mention your profile. If you want to do an MBBS direct from 12th, or if you have completed your degree here in India, because there's different criterions. Because it takes at least 8 years to be an MBS, or which is MBBS, or an MD, which he is called in Canada. So if you have already done a graduation in India, it will be a lot quicker, a bit cheaper as well as compared to if you completed it in grade 12th. So make sure to mention your profile as well.
So we have more questions. This is Jut Musk Malang. They have mentioned, tell me something about the Canada College Montreal course Business Administration, and what's the time to apply for January and May also.
So Canada College is one of the top most colleges which is being sought out by almost all the students, right? So Canada College has not just 3 intakes, it has 4 intakes, right? So January, May, November as well, and of course our favorite the September intake, the main intake.
Why is it our favorite?
Because everyone wants to go in.
That's
All
the
the
best.
6 are open.
Canada is the best weather in September. If you guys are going to go for Jan, make sure you carry like 1,000 jackets with you.
Exactly. So Canada College, the business administration course, it is open at the moment as well for January, also for the October 2020 intake. And make sure to send in your academic profile, send in your query on our iApply website, or you can go to the link via our Instagram page.
So we have next question. Rita Chauhan, she's asking, I graduate in electrical engineering and I got 7.2 CGPA. So it is possible to apply master degree in Canada?
Yes, of course it is. As long as you have your good IELTS score, what I'll suggest an overall of 7 with individual band of minimum 6.5. Right. So we have several options such as Lakehead University. We also have University of Windsor, University of Regina. They will accept profiles like you. So make sure to send us a query. And if anyone is not able to find our website or anything, just drop a message on our Instagram page and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
So we have question from Jenil_1. He's asking when we can do PGD from Canada after diploma in India. So PGD, it's like you are talking about postgrad diploma, right? And if you have done diploma over here after 12th, you can't apply for the postgrad diplomas. You can go for diplomas, undergrad diplomas, or you can go for the degree programs. But yes, you can't apply directly for PGD programs. So we have next questions. When are Canada flights resuming? We have already answered. So
15th August is what's been going on in the news, but of course no one can predict the future, but all we can do is hope for the best, and let's hope that the flights resume as soon as possible.
So guys, like this is a complicated issue because there's no one black or white answer to it. कि Canada flights जा रही हैं कि नहीं जा रही, क्या हम जा सकते हैं Canada? See, every 10 days, every 2 weeks, they're coming up with new guidelines. Like Canada established its air bubbles with certain, like let's say India established its air bubbles with certain countries, which again, they keep making modifications to it. Like whether or not tomorrow a plane is flying off to France, maybe yes. Day after that, God knows whether it will or won't. So the situation is ever evolving, it's ever changing. Right now, as someone said, like obviously we're expecting flights to resume from August 15, but it also depends on when Canada will start allowing people back into its border, right? So there's no point if like India starts sending people over to Canada and like you land into Canada and they're not accepting you. So a lot of things have to work together. The best thing that you guys can do, which is what we do, is like we stay tuned to the news, we stay tuned to the IRCC, we stay tuned to the airlines to like know exactly what's going on at what point in time. If you guys ever feel you need constant updates but you don't find a place to find one, either follow our Instagram page because we post every single update there, or like feel free to shoot us a message on Instagram or give us a call on our toll-free number.
Just to add to that, today I was reading this morning the IRCC website, and the latest update is that by the government of Canada is that the final decision of any student entering Canada is totally upon the discretion of only the Canadian border officer. Even if you're allowed by the flights, even if you're allowed by the Indian embassy to go and join Canada, right? If the border officer stops you, there is no chance you're getting in. So
But
you
like,
have to come back.
that's a very different situation, because that applies to people who may just be going on like some different kind of visa. When you're going for a student visa for a program with a study permit, the situation changes a lot. So the probability of like a student, a possible student getting rejected at the border is very low. But the only thing that I think we're trying to say in a nutshell is that right now there is no definite answer as to whether or not you can go to Canada tomorrow. But August 15th, we're expecting some big news, so guys, stay tuned on that. It's also like pending Independence Day.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get some good news on Independence Day. But if nothing else, like always, like just guys follow our Instagram page. Feel free to shoot us your queries. Feel free to give us a call. And we'll update you guys.
So we have next question. Can we get visa on Duolingo? So see, for the Duolingo is basically for the admission purpose, as we have said earlier. So Duolingo will be used for your admission and for your offer letter from the college. For visa, you have to give IELTS exam. So
What Duolingo does, why it is important at the moment, is that it will help you get an unconditional offer, which is the most important thing when you're applying for a visa. Right? You can also apply in the non-SDS category without an IELTS, but you cannot apply without an unconditional offer. So that's what Duolingo does.
So like, that brings me to like, when we counsel students, we get some very popular concerns. And one thing is that some students say that if Duolingo is not accepted for a visa, why do we need to really take the Duolingo and make our applications not? Why just not wait until IELTS reopens and like, just take the IELTS exam and like use that for admissions process as well as a visa as well? The answer to that is, you can wait for that long, but will the intake be open until then? Probably not. Right? Why? Because students like all over India, not just all over India, like we actually IELTS also in Bangladesh, so we're seeing a lot of traction back there as well. Students are making applications left, right, and center using their Duolingo exam. So like maybe an individual can wait for another few months until they can take the IELTS exam, but by then क्या कॉलेज तब भी ऑफर लेटर्स दे रहा होगा, उसकी गारंटी नहीं है. तो शायद या मे बी लाइक यू कैन वेट, लाइक मैं आईएलटीएस एग्जाम दूंगा और तब जाकर अपना वीजा लगाऊंगा, बट the probability of the college giving you offer letters at that point in time is very less. So the best thing that we suggest to people is take the Duolingo exam, at least secure yourself an offer letter before. So secure yourself an offer letter while there's still time. If you guys wait too long, there's a probability that you guys like the intakes get full before that.
So you might be thinking abhi January ke liye time hai because September bhi nahi shuru hua, it's not started. But what you all have to understand is that all the students, each and every student from the May intake has been deferred automatically to the September intake, and since the September is online too now, around 80% of the chunk has already been deferred to the January 21 intake, leaving very less seats for the new and the upcoming and the new students. So you have to apply today. You have your results. You don't have your results, just give us a call, send us a query. We'll get you an additional offer, and we'll go ahead with that.
But like guys, make sure that you're not wasting time during this process, because of the quarantine, because of this entire lockdown, everybody's at home, and more often than not, people are using their time very productively. I mean, maybe some people are learning new skills, some people are making their college applications. So there's a huge influx of applications. There's a lot of offer letters that are getting given out, but just make sure that you ride this tide while it's still going on. Don't wait for too long until like the intakes close, and just so that you can give an IELTS exam.
So we have a next question from Jaffrey. Explain briefly what is the basic process step to step of applying for graduation in English language.
So English language, do you mean studying in English or a degree in this language English?
I think the person wants to speak as an English basically.
Right. So for graduation, so first of all, what you and everyone needs to know is graduation or the undergraduate degree, which it is called in Canada, is of 4 years, right? As compared to the several months which are 3 in India. So what happens in a degree? The step by step is, first of all, you have to start at least 6 months before your intended intake, because bachelor's degree is competitive, right? A lot of students wants to go there, but they don't go. They are unable to maybe apply because they have missed the deadlines for the intake or something like that. The marks are low or some or the other issue people have it these days. But what you have to do is apply. Give us a call. You'll apply. And in the first year, students generally do the general education courses. So if you want to apply for even for a master's, bachelor's degree in a mathematics course, you would have to study biology, you would have to study English, you would have to study anthropology, basics of all that stuff, right?
Okay, guys, before we move on to like some other questions, we've gotten repeated emails and Instagram questions in the past asking us to explain what the new two-step visa process is. So I think this is something that needs to be extensively covered simply because the IRCC came out with this new guideline so that the VFS centers all across India are closer, just so that they can continue the influx of foreign students, just so that visas continue. They came up with this new process so that maybe the biometrics can be done later and the remaining documentation can be done before. So Amar and Taman, do you guys want to shed some light on what the two-step visa process is and how do we go about it?
So, usko kya bolte? What is it called? It is called, the first step is called the approval in principle. So, in fact, the overall thing is called approval in principle, AIP, right? So, इसमें होता क्या है? So, इसमें है कि we'll take the whole thing. आप जब regular visa apply करते हो, उसमें से for the step 1 just minus your biometrics, your submission of passport and the submission of the PCC, the police clearance certificate. Remaining all जो eligibility criteria है, वो आपको उस basis के ऊपर एक वीजा मिल जाता है जिसको AIP बोलते हैं. इसके थ्रू you can only do online education. Why was this started is because before the AIP was launched, students had the queries that कि अच्छा हम online तो अभी दे देंगे but बाद में वीजा अगर रिजेक्ट हो गया तो हमारी ट्यूशन फीस का क्या होगा and all that questions they did arise. Refund कैसे मिलेगा? So the Canadian Embassy made it easier and इसके साथ उन्होंने स्टार्ट करा है कि AIP करते हैं. Step 2.
So step 2 is basically the requirements left after your admission requirements, IELTS and your funds. That will be your biometrics, right? Biometrics, police verification if your course required that police verification thing, and plus your this biometric thing, right? And medical also, yeah. So these three are the second stage process, and yes, if you clear that stage, then your visa will be, you will get the final visa by the embassy.
So the second thing is just the basis of admissibility. पहला step is the eligibility, कि आपने कोर्स ले लिया है, आपके मार्क्स ठीक हैं and all that stuff. That's the main stuff. Second के ऊपर the only chance you'll get a rejection is that if, for example, if you have hidden something from us, if you have done any crime, first of all, which I hope you haven't. Secondly, what is कि आपका मेडिकल में hopefully आपको कोई बीमारी ना हो, which can be transferred to any Canadian citizen or even just anyone else. Secondly, that's the thing. Thirdly, if you've used any false documents and you have not mentioned it to the visa officer, so these are the basic admissibility जिसके बेस पे आपका second stage पे एक request जो आपकी होती है वो denied हो जाएगी. Rest assured, you'll get the visa final as well if everything is.
But the main reason for starting this two-step visa process is just so that you guys can get the process started, even though the lockdown is continuing, even though borders are closed.
Yeah,
So that's
we are getting the AIP also. We have the embassy have started giving AIPs, and we got AIPs with 5.5 bands also. Right? So there was a question. The student is asking can we apply with the IELTS result without TRF? Yes, obviously we can. If you have your IELTS result, we can apply on the basis of the online result, and once you get your result, you can submit your TRF.
So you'll get a conditional offer. I have several students who've applied for just a single year certificate up to a 4 years bachelor degree who have all gotten a conditional offer on the basis of their IELTS certificate. As long as you can provide us either the SMS or the login details of your IDP, British Council, whatever you've done it with, right? You will be able to get the conditional offer letter and apply.
Why should we apply for a conditional offer letter? There's literally just one reason for it. Secure yourselves a seat. Again, over and over, the one thing that we can keep discussing is no matter whether it's with the Duolingo, no matter if it's conditional offer letters, whatever it is, the main agenda is to secure yourselves a place while the place is still there. Right? So just work with that psychology, keep that in mind, because you do not want to be missing out on opportunities that are handed right to you. Right, guys?
Yep.
So we have next question. So which kind of course we can choose after diploma in India? So it depends upon your qualification only. We don't know, you don't have mentioned your profile. So like what you have done like in 12th or your diploma, it will be according to your last course. Like
Generally, if you're still online, retype the question, add your admission qualification. I mean, your eligibility, whatever your qualification is academic wise, your IELTS score, and then we can get a better idea of what course we should provide to you.
Then we have a question Princess Dikshu. Are the visa process open? And I have read 1 year we have to study in India, in 2nd year in Canada. So in India we have to start course if we get visa.
So that's only applicable for the September intake. Everyone needs to know at the moment. Let's move step by step, right? So at the moment, the online classes are only for the September 2020 intake. So if you're applying for the September 2020 intake, the first semester semester from September 2020 to Jan 2021 will be, the 4 months will be online. There's no moving around it unless you have a visa from March 2020 and your presence is required, such as in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. People are required to go to the laboratories and everything, so you will be allowed to go there.
So thank you, Janil. Janil is saying best session.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, Judge Mast Malang is asking a question: why fund is necessary to show visa officer if I have paid 2 or 3 semester fees and GIC also, or why not? Can you describe the funds problem?
So if you're applying in the SDS category, right, you have paid your first year fees, you have paid the GIC, right? There is no requirement of you to show any funds, right? But why is it I say prescribed as if it's a prescription I'm giving, right? So why is it required, right? So we don't want any reason the visa officer may find to reject you just on the basis of finances, right? Because the visa officer honestly will not care if he wants to reject you, right? He will just pose the reason that कि यार इसको reject करना है, so finances का इसने मेरे को नहीं दे रखे, finances नहीं और show करे तो मैं reject कर दूंगा, right? So just to cover our backsides, what we do is either give a 3 years ITR, right? आपके पेरेंट्स की ITR 3 years की 7 lakhs तक की हम ऑनलाइन डालते हैं, और what you do is to give the 2nd year's tuition fee, हम उसको अपने बैंक अकाउंट में either FD या सेविंग्स उसके हिसाब से हम शो कर देते हैं. बट अगेन वो नेसेसरी नहीं होता, हम उसके विदाउट भी फाइल कर सकते हैं.
Okay.
So guys, let's have one last question before we wrap it up.
Yeah. So the next question is, in the 2-stage visa process, is any other funds required to be shown apart from college fees and GIC?
So again, the 2-step visa process is nothing different from the regular visa thing. The only thing is उसको 2 पार्ट में कर दिया है, एडमिसिबिलिटी और एलिजिबिलिटी में. सो आपका ये वाला जो क्राइटेरिया आता है फीस वगैरह, ये एलिजिबिलिटी में आता है. सो एज लॉन्ग एज अगर आप एसडीएस में फाइल कर रहे हैं, फर्स्ट ईयर की फीस दे दी है, फर्स्ट ईयर का जीआईसी फिल कर दिया है, सो आपको कुछ और शो करने की जरूरत नहीं होगी अलग से.
So adding into it, I just want to tell you, like the extra additional funds apart from GIC, it's basically by like showing your next year tuition fees. That yes, your parents can pay the next year tuition fees. It is just a plus point if you add the funds. If you don't want to, it is not compulsory that yes, you have to show the funds in SDS category.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think we'll call it a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, this was an amazing webinar. We got a very strong response. Just want to say that just make sure that you guys are proactive. Make sure you guys are on top of the news. If you guys need updates, follow our Instagram page. Shoot us your messages on Instagram, or always feel free to give us a call on our toll-free number. All of CanAm and iApply services are free. So as like students, you guys don't have to pay a single rupee to us to process any application. But just make sure that during this time of lockdown, you guys are like totally tuned into what's going on. Just make sure you're proactive and make sure you guys are not wasting time thinking कि अभी बहुत time पड़ा है, बाद में देख लेंगे, जान बाद में आ रहा है, because intakes बननी शुरू हो गई है and there's not a lot of time left. Right, guys? So best of luck, guys. Again, if you have some more queries, just feel free to send us an email, shoot us an Instagram message, or call us on our toll-free number.
Yeah,
right?
toll-free number will be on.
So we have it on our Instagram page as well. I'll just read it out again. It's 1800-890-1775. So just remember, we are a part of CanAm. So हमारी पुरानी existence सबको पता होगा. We've been here for the last 25 years. We have a lot of information, a lot of colleges and universities tied up with us. So just remember before applying to any other consultant, the brand name which is Can-Am.
And guys, just visit the website. It's www.iapply.io. You'll see all 10,000 courses offered across 250 institutes in Canada on the website in great detail. It'll tell you what intake the program is available for, how soon it'll probably close, what are the different, maybe what's the fees for it, what's the funding for it, what are the academic requirements. You guys can check whether or not you're eligible for those programs. And you can even make applications to those programs from your phone sitting at home.
Exactly.
So that's where our artificial intelligence technology comes in. कि आप लोगों को कहीं कंसल्टेंसी नहीं जाना, कहीं एजेंसी नहीं आना एप्लीकेशन करने, अपने फोन से आप लॉग ऑन करोगे www.iapply.io को. जो भी आपको अपने प्रोग्राम्स पसंद हैं, जो भी आपकी क्वालिफिकेशन और उसमें एंटर करो, the software will recommend programs to you, and you guys will be able to make applications to it from your phone itself. Right?
Yes, exactly.
So just guys do it, and stay in touch. Whatever concerns you have, feel free to share them with us, and we'll tune in for another live session next week to discuss some new topics, hot topics, and hopefully see what the status on the flights is by then.
And keep safe, everyone.
Yeah, keep
Tough
safe,
times
guys.
and stay strong.
Yeah, look at us, like we're all wearing masks, right? Even though we're
Yes.
sitting in our home office, but like guys, come on, safety comes first. Okay, alright, thanks guys. So let's.